There's an old pirate in Tortuga, sits alone every night. 3 tankards on the table, drinking left and drinking right. The barman shakes his head and says that Frank has lost his mind. But Frank just laughs and raises his cup to the friends nobody finds. Frank orders 3 at midnight, rum and ale and more. The ghost of Jim and Pedro sit beside him on the floor. Jim died falling off a barrel, Pedro lost a bet. They can't touch the drinks themselves, but Frank drinks all 3 yet. We're helping Frank stay warm tonight, the ghosts cry out with pride, while Frank slides off his bar stool and the barman rolls his eyes. 3 tankards empty every night, Frank stumbles out the door. Same time tomorrow, gentlemen, aye aye, and maybe 4. We know what is best. We've helped old Frank through every single test. Trust us, Frank, we know exactly what to do. You've been dead for 30 years. We're helping you. We're helping you. Jim said, Frank, I know a treasure buried on the eastern shore. I hid it there myself in life, gold and silver and more. They sailed through storm and darkness, dug for hours in the sand. Frank's eyes went wide with wonder at the treasure in his hand. 40 crates of finest rum, the best that gold could buy. Jim, this is not gold! Frank screamed up at the sky. For me it was a treasure, Jim replied without a care. Frank sat among the rum crates with a long and empty stare. Well, at least it's rum. We are the helpers, we know what is best. We've helped old Frank through every single test. Trust us, Frank, we know exactly what to do. You found me rum instead of gold. We're helping you. Attacked at dawn, Frank needed help that day. We know exactly what to do, the ghost both seemed to say. Jim had died by falling off a mast. Climb up high, he said. Pedro lost a duel by turning left. Turn left, Frank turned instead. The cannonball flew past his ear, the sword missed by an inch. Frank fought the whole battle backwards, didn't even flinch. By pure dumb luck he won the day. 3 enemy ships were sunk. We told you we could help you, Frank. I think I'm going to be sick. Hey. We are the helpers, we know what is best. We've helped old Frank through every single test. Trust us, Frank, we know exactly what to do. You nearly got me killed. We're helping you. We're helping you. You need a woman, both the ghosts cried out one night. We know the perfect lady, she'll be your shining light. Irish blood and fiery hair, the most desired in Nassau town. Every pirate loves her, Frank, she wears the finest gown. They led him through the winding streets to Nassau's harbor side. To a tavern full of pirates, Frank stepped nervously inside. A woman stood before him, red hair touching the floor, a parrot on her head, a beard, and rum dripping from her jaw. Frank turned to face the ghost and said, Gentlemen. The ghosts looked at each other. She's very popular. We are the helpers, we know what is best. We've helped old Frank through every single test. Trust us, Frank, we know exactly what to do. I need a drink. We're helping you. And so old Frank sails on tonight with Jim and Pedro near. 3 tankards on the table and nobody else to hear. The ghosts mean well, they always do. They try their very best, but Frank just drinks his triple rum and leaves God to the rest. We're helping, we really are. Frank has left the building.